At the house that burned down, I was standing in the doorway and they were asking questions, and then all of a sudden the door, as if someone very large behind it was pushing it up against me, like smashed me in it. Which I thought was a joke at first until I realized nobody else was over there but me. So at that point we left. You'll hear us leave the residence, you'll hear their alarm beep 3 times signifying nobody's in the house. After that happens, we left a recorder in the room. You'll hear the closet door in that room slide closed.
Door up here.
That was right when it happened. When you hear the 3 beeps, that signifies that we've left. And then you'll hear that door close. That was it right there, right? Okay, so we had left, okay. That was it right there. Back it up to there. This was one of those old sliding doors. That was it, close it right there. They'd had all kinds of trouble in that closet with a little kid talking into the closet. We got growls out of that closet and all kinds of stuff that we can't get into, but you can pull up any of this anytime you want on our website. It's 417prs.com. Ty, really quick before we go downstairs, or both of you can if you want to just go over some of this stuff, just like 2 minutes and then we'll go. And there is an elevator out here. If anybody needs to use the elevator to get up or down, there'll be someone down there who can help you get out of that. Is that it? Okay.
Okay, I'm going to do these.
Well, this right here, I'm sure some of you probably recognize what this is. Yeah, it's just a thermometer, simple laser thermometer. I don't know if it's charged. Yeah, see.
Yeah, just pick up cold spots.
Any cold spots we can see, we usually scan the rooms with this beforehand. And sometimes we'll see lots of big discrepancies, and that's where it's a good idea. That's where we should maybe focus ourselves a little bit. Right. You want to tell me about this?
This is our EMF detector. I'm sure you've seen these on TV. You can't just go around a house, you know, and anytime it goes off, then you hit some kind of energy of some kind. Because you'll see it picks up any kind of electromagnetic energy. You want to pick up energy where there shouldn't be any. So you really got to learn how to use one of these. You can't put it under a ceiling fan or near an oven or near a microwave. You've got to find a spot that's dead, and you got to leave it there. We've left these in the middle of rooms before. Was it a bed? I don't remember. And then left the room and left a recorder next to it, and you'll hear it sporadically going off. That means something's got to be near it, because we've tested that area and it should not go off. So this is just one of the things we use to help. And you can even set these down and say, if you're in here, approach this, make the lights go off. And that's another way to tell. What do you got here? And then we just had, recorders. Smartphones are a great tool nowadays. Back a long time ago, you didn't have that. I'm not talking about those apps. Those are goofy. I'm talking about just the recording mechanism. We've got lots of stuff on our iPhone recorder when we've run out of recorders in every other room. Go ahead.
Okay, this big black box is just an audio interface. And
Tyler does our audio, by the way.
Right. Normally, since we do like residential houses and stuff, we can have, see in this computer right here, there's only one input for a microphone. So if you want to record stuff to a digital audio workstation and put in dynamic processing effects, you can't really do that. You can only do it with one input. This allows us to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inputs. For these different all-purpose microphones, this is a spot microphone. This one's, you can use it for anything. This one we set it in the middle of big rooms. It's a large it's a large diaphragm microphone. So I would normally use these to capture rooms like this.
Open rooms?
Big open rooms. But since we normally just do like little houses and stuff, we don't have cords long enough to stretch through this entire building, so.
And one of the frustrating things is you can have an awesome microphone like this and still get your best audio on that.
Yeah, or an iPhone.
It just happens.
Yeah.
How many of these do we have?
5 or 6.
Plus we have our 4 phones.
Mm-hmm. And then we also use these a lot, the walkie-talkies. Hey, was that you? Did you sneeze? A lot.
Oh, and that, the radio.
Go ahead.
I think we're probably.
This is just a head amplifier, and basically we can use this if we all hear something at the same time live. If we hear, if someone's
Voice,
talking or
voice,
voice or something,
whisper.
we can use this from our computer. We can rewind the audio, and then this has 4 outputs for headphones. There's 4 of us. We can just rewind the audio, add any kind of amplifying effects we want to, and then listen to it back in real time.
One more thing before we go down. This is the Ghost Box. I don't know if anybody, it's also called a Frank's Box. I see these used on YouTube incorrectly about 99% of the time. What this thing does is it scans radio frequencies. I guarantee the battery's dead. It is. It scans radio frequencies, just one after another, that fast. What I see on YouTube and on TV shows sometimes is they hear commercials and people talking on the radio, and they think that's what they're listening for. That's not what you're listening for. The Ghost isn't going to magically put together something based on a commercial. You're listening for the static. What's it called? The white noise in between. That's where you'll hear it. It's not the commercials or the guys on the radio. Ooh, I think he just said Mike. Yeah, of course he did. That's his name. It's the static. When I wish this thing worked, I'd play it for you. You've probably seen them on TV. Okay, we're not going to use that here anyway. We're going to use this other stuff. Yeah, this is just a grid. We set this up sometimes, and I've got a fitting that goes on it. You can adjust how many dots you get, but you can set that up in a corner where those shadows are recorded, and if anything breaks those dots, you know something's moved through it. But for this place, the library, and by the way, the Carnegie Libraries have a big history. I don't know if anybody knows anything about them. Like the flagship one in Pittsburgh, it's been investigated on ghost hunters and every show you can imagine. They seem to have a history that follows them for some reason. And it's usually associated with steel workers. One flashlight that works. Okay, I guess we're gonna go, now you know some of the hottest spots here.
You guys are welcome to just go, like, that's straight across the team room, but you're gonna have Aaliyah with you, who works at this branch, but that's
Okay.
across the team room, elevators in there, and then the stairs down there, and you're going down the basement.
Okay.
And we unlock all the doors.
Okay.
I think we're gonna go to the basement. Yeah.
You guys will do that, and sit over the first room. You guys have to do some kind of video, you can start playing here.
What was I thinking that we would play?
You don't have to find it, books and stuff.
But surely we have some kind of playlist. Don't we? Do we have a YouTube playlist for our
No, it's all on.
We can use sound.
Yeah, they can just sound.
They'll just play one after another. Okay.
You never know what you're playing. Here,
I'll let you take that one.
okay.
I guess we'll meet.
Yeah, you guys can just
We can
go
set
out
up
with them right
recording
now.
and stuff like that while we're doing this.
Yeah, you guys can, go ahead and talk into it.
Okay. One more time before we get down there, I want to reiterate. I hope nobody signed up thinking, man, we're going to catch a ghost tonight. I hope we do. But if we could control that, man, we'd have our own TV show right now. So we're going to try. We're just mainly going to show you the methods and the stuff. And if something happens, then great.
Okay, so here's all these. I think
She'll
just
play though. And
play
she's got some books and stuff.
Yeah, we've got stuff here. So roughly half, if you guys here in the front and probably